Vaccination Task Force spending the lunch hour outlining the province's plan to roll out inoculation. So over 14,000 Ontarians have been vaccinated.
So
the vaccine also
actor from home, Full House, just got up and doing 2 months in jail. This woman's going in for, I think it's 4 years. It's Saudi Arabia, not
with 19 clinics right now across the province.
In fact, it's the exact opposite. They're both considered Caucasian. Exact opposite. Oh, you're mad at that word? No, we're on a 2-second delay. No. There's the men lined up. So, it's the exact opposite. Even though they're both considered Caucasian. Oh, yes, they're both white women. It's the exact opposite of white privilege. This one gets 4 years and will probably die in that time. Her sentence is just made up.
Now, 680. Let's head over to Sportsnet 590. Good afternoon, Shirley.
Well, it's been a weird start to the year for the Toronto Raptors. They are back in action tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers, looking to avoid an 0-3 start for the first time since the 05-06 season. You can listen to that game with Eric Smith and Paul Jones on the Fan, following Tim and Sid at 7. Yesterday also saw a flurry of signings and trades in baseball, mostly all to the Padres. They traded up for Yu Darvish, signed Ha-Seong Kim out of the KBO, and grabbed Blake Snell from the Rays the day before. Stephen was on leadoff earlier, and he doesn't think the price Snell would have commanded from the Jays would have been something Toronto would have paid.
I'm not sure if they would have had an option to trade for Snell within the division or not, but the price, if you look at the price the Padres paid, probably would have started with Nate Pearson. That's really the only guy that they have is the Manoah. But if you kind of look at the relative the prospects that went the other way, so I assume I think they're out there trying. I think they do have money to spend. I still expect them to do something. And it's weird, as I said, the market is barely started this year.
We'll keep our eyes open for any Blue Jays moves today. And in the NHL, the Blackhawks have put out a statement saying Jonathan Toews is out indefinitely with an undisclosed illness. Toews himself writes in part, "This offseason I have been experiencing symptoms that have left me feeling drained and lethargic. I am working with doctors so I can better understand my condition." Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
Hey, I'm thinking of getting a new Ford Ranger. What do you think? I think adventure waits for no one. What you do defines not what you don't. Time to take action, to really live. So live. Whoa, convincing.
Now is a great time to get into a new Ford during the Ford year-end event. Get up to $3,500 in rebates on most new 2020 Ranger models with features like available FX4 off-road package with terrain management system. Contact your Toronto Ford dealer or visit Ford.ca.
Canadian Rangers, like Sergeant Crest.
Steve here from the Chesterfield shop. Even though all 5 of our wonderful locations are closed due to the COVID lockdown, for the first time, we're offering many great Boxing Week specials online and by virtual appointments. Don't miss out. Contact us today for your dream seat and special pricing at the Chesterfield shop.
The Chesterfield shop, your leather superstar. ChesterfieldShop.com. Call us for magical savings this holiday season and stay safe.
I caught it in my hand, but you didn't. You got it all over your
hand. He has been a top name in fashion design.
I don't care what the public health knows to say. Catch its teeth and kiss you, and then walk with it casually over the garbage can and discover the
brand was embossed on everything from suits to shirts and dresses to wristwatches and fragrances, taking the world by storm with space-age styles of the 1960s and building a global fashion empire estimated to be worth more than $1 billion. At its peak, the Pierre Cardin brand was sold in 100,000 outlets worldwide. The Italian-born Cardin started his career at the age of 14 as a tailor's assistant. After studying architecture in Paris, he returned to fashion with Christian Dior and focused on bespoke design, but then switched to more mainstream fashion trends and styles, dressing icons Elizabeth Taylor, Mia Farrow, and Jacqueline Kennedy. In the 1970s, a review Cardin described fashion as, quote, always ridiculous when seen before or after, but in the moment, being marvelous. At the Business Center, I'm Mike Apple.
Marvelous. Yeah, let me guess. You're going to tie back into Marvel Comics, Wonder Woman, what a coincidence. Oh, coincidence. It's all
Americans get bigger pandemic relief checks.
After bipartisan House approval to increase the checks from $600 to $2,000.
Republicans have a choice. Vote for this legislation or vote to deny the American people The bigger paychecks they need.
Bigger people.
But it's unclear whether Republican senators will heed House Speaker Nancy Pelosi's plea. They've shown little interest in more spending and now face a difficult vote to either back or defy the president. Potentially a final showdown between him and the GOP now leads. The four new Congress is sworn in this weekend. Sagar Magani, Washington.
A former student at the American University in Cairo has been sentenced to 3 years in prison after being convicted on sexual misconduct charges. This is the first conviction in an Egyptian case fueled by the Me Too movement. The Cairo Economic Court convicting Ahmed Bassam Zaki of blackmailing and sexually harassing 2 women, and he's also being tried separately on charges of rape and attempted rape. Accusations surfacing against him on social media. Activists say this case has shown that misogyny is a deep-seated problem in the Arab country. Traffic and weather coming in just 60 seconds.
In the Arab country, not anywhere else in the world. Not anywhere else in the Arab world, not any other country
diagnosed
that
every year.
Arab country.
Right now, one Canadian hears it's cancer every 3 minutes. The researchers funded by the Canadian Cancer Society now know cancer isn't one, but more than 100 different diseases. That's why we fund the geniuses and dreamers researching all cancers. Donate at cancer.ca because empathy is bigger than apathy. Science is bigger than any tumor, and life is bigger than cancer.
Ever in the
It's time to pack up 2020 and send it on its way. Some say it can't happen soon enough. That's why your Ontario Subaru dealer is beginning the new year in the best way possible. A whole week early. Yay! So hurry to the Unboxing Week event and drive away in a brand new 2021 Subaru right now, along with a special $500 bonus because gosh darn it, we all deserve it this year. The Unboxing Week event on now until January 4th. Happy New 2021 from Subaru.
680 News Time, 1221.
Traffic and weather together on the ones at the traffic center. Karen Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by Diamond and Diamond Lawyers. We still have this stolen vehicle. It's on the northbound 427 at Rathburn in the Express, just partially blocking the left lane. A tow truck is now on the scene, and there's no delay through here, so be careful. Try to get into those right-hand lanes ahead of this problem on the northbound 427. As for the rest of the major routes, they're all in great shape, lightly traveled, so not seeing any delays. On city streets, I had a call from a traffic spotter reporting a collision on Rosedale Valley Road westbound, west of Bayview. So it's partially blocked there. Drivers can still get around it, but emergency crews were not on the scene yet. So they might block out some more traffic once they arrive on scene. And in Thornhill, John remains closed in both directions between Henderson and Bayview. That's for broken water main repairs. If you've been injured in an accident, your suffering and expenses could be completely covered. Call Diamond and Diamond Lawyers for a free consultation. 1-800-567-HURT. And now with the extended forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
Well, right now we are seeing a lot of, I'll call it a mix of sun and
I got
clouds
attacked by
across
a
the
bus driver.
GTA, and
My back.
we will see a lot more sunshine today than we certainly did over the last couple of days, and temps will continue to remain where they are, which is right around normal. Later on tonight, though, we'll see some clouds develop. A few flurries are possible. We're not expecting any accumulating snow. Low temperature around -6 degrees, and then here comes all of the rain. We are going to end up seeing some snow first in the morning, but it's going to transition over into some rain by the afternoon time. I'm really concerned about the possibility of some freezing rain also developing tomorrow as well, gusting up to about 50 kilometers per hour as far as the wind goes. High temperature near 5 degrees. And then for Thursday, we'll see the sunshine return, as well as a few clouds for New Year's Eve. 2 degrees, and if you're planning to go to any smaller festivities on New Year's Eve, cloudy with a low of -3, and then for New Year's Day, we are expecting some rain later on in the day, and a high temperature of +1 degrees. Right now in Houston, -2, guaranteed high, -1.
Coming up at 12:30, we'll have the latest from the head of Ontario's COVID-19 vaccination task force outlining what aids we can expect in the coming days, weeks, and months ahead of the inoculation. Further, we'll also bring you the latest numbers from the province and the city,
just to let you know, because you said the threat is still going to not send emails.
2001 audio video biggest and best boxing week sale. There's still inventory reduced to the absolute lowest price ever.
So yeah,
Wireless and audio products.
white class people say, oh yeah, he threatened me. Well, in the 90s they said that from 95 to 2005 they said they assaulted me.
Shop online
Or they said they threatened me. There's cameras everywhere. The assaults aren't happening.
when it's got to the point where the police show up and can't actually lay the charge because the evidence right in front of them that the assault didn't happen.
Subscribe to
In
680
Canada,
News.
the
Breaking news
the
alerts on your
allegation was
mobile.
made.
Now
They
we're
must
the monitors that are all security.
Visit 680news.com.
Governor General Julie Vance says Canadians owe a debt of gratitude to frontline workers for their efforts to save lives and care for others during the pandemic.
While the pandemic has made for a challenging year, Julie Vance says Canadians can respond and have responded
Oh, well, you
positively to
can't
hardship.
prove
Year of
because
message
you don't
bearing
have
tribute to
that is
frontline and essential
buddy,
workers,
call me
including
garbage,
medical
wants some blood and
professionals
face
and
garbage.
military.
Blade on my book. Ooh, they flip it up,
And
because
in
the
a
fucking
departure
body
from
cam
previous
just
annual
recorded
lists, just
everything
by
they said to me.
lieutenant governors
and
and territorial
what my phone
commissioners
said.
from across the
After
country
I told them he
shared
was
their
gonna say that.
thoughts and hopes for
Why we
2021,
waste that
each
fucking
holding a
shit?
candle to
Video.
symbolize the light in the hearts of their fellow
I
citizens.
guess maybe I'd have a USB drive.
Coming up in 60
That's how you
seconds,
build
Wall
those
Street
videos.
hitting records again today and then fading away. We'll have the details from Chris McCusker at the 680 Business Center.
Yes, what's wrong, cycling? And I'm talking to the cops.
Hi, I'm Frank Castle, President Lexus of Oakville. As Lexus of
The
Oakville,
guy
we
you
understand
paid
the
to
value of
harass
time.
people threw blood in my face
This
with the
year,
intention
we've
of
all learned
scaring
that
me
you're
that they
getting
might
about
have
taking
HIV
care
or
of each other.
hepatitis. I'm not scared, that pisses
That's
you
been our
off.
philosophy
I
for
didn't
a
ask for
long time.
him to be
We
charged.
start with a
He spent
safe,
10 minutes talking about
high-quality
charging him
vehicle. Then we
with no
service
reference
meticulously.
to why. I said what I
You
needed
can
was the
enjoy every
video.
moment you spend with
I also said I needed
From
from
all
healthcare
of
and
us at
insurance
Lexus of
purposes,
Oakville,
but your
happy
dumbass
New
didn't
Year
hear that. The
and
video did. It was in January. Oh, they started video
At
cameras
one
last month.
huge warehouse location at
It's in
95
Canada a long
Fortress Road.
time.
It's
About
the
12
greatest sale of
years.
the season. Open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. daily and until
But
6
they
p.m. on
can't put
December
programs to
31st.
cost so much.
Amazing
Somebody
savings
should
of up to
$50,000 for
90%
the
off.
camera.
Save on
And
all
they
the
can
beautiful
turn it off
things you
whenever they
love,
want.
from tableware and home decor
Well,
to furniture and Canada's largest
Why
and
is it
best
here, too?
assortment of Christmas trim
Plus,
and
like, that's the
decor.
big and
Don't miss
scary.
the European food
So
market
what I
with amazing delicacies. Bowring,
See, no
always
matter what, I
beautiful,
look big and
always
scary, eh?
affordable.
Well, that's the same thing they do with their camera.
Years on 1226.
Now the business report with Chris McCusker.
Top
Chris, a bit of a
6'6",
roller
and
coaster
his
on Wall
camera's
Street
here.
today.
Yes, once
Why is it
again,
away?
Scott, we have a lot of ups and downs happening. Now, U.S. markets did hit all-time highs early in the session. The Dow
you
right now is
pussies.
down
Yeah, that's why we don't
27
see you
points. The
All
Nasdaq
you
off by
motherfuckers that
49,
fuck around and
and
wait
the
for the light,
S&P still
all you
clinging to a
useless
modest
dumbasses
gain. It's
who
up
love
by
that
2. Wall
Are
Street
you
did
gonna
close
let
at
me? You're
all-time
not
highs
letting
yesterday. Now,
me.
the U.S.
At
House
least
of
these aren't
Representatives
Mirandized
did
through your
approve
charter
larger stimulus
rights.
checks for Americans
You're
last night.
Mirandizing me with
But
charter
then it has
rights.
to get
But
by
those
the
aren't charter
Senate.
rights, and I'm not
And until
Canadian.
a few minutes ago,
You never
it was
said I was
not
under
clear how
arrest,
that was
stupid.
gonna
How are
play
you
out.
Mirandizing?
Now, Senate
Or
Majority
not
Leader
Mirandizing?
Mitch McConnell
Why are
did
you
speak
denying
about it.
Mirandizing?
He
You
didn't
never
really
said I was
signal
under arrest.
one way or the other which
And your
way
boss is
he
sitting
would
the next question.
lean.
Get the fuck out of
But
here,
then he
stupid.
blocked a move
Oh, well,
from
he hasn't
Democrat
let
Chuck Schumer
me. What
to
did your boss
pass
tell you?
$2,000
I'm not
checks.
fucking Canadian anyway. This whole operation was illegal. You never said I was under arrest.
Potentially
And
more
I'm
to
right.
come on
The
this
term is
because
Mirandized.
there was
Reading someone their rights as you arrest them.
to up the checks
Would
from
be
$600
Mirandized.
to $2,000.
We don't have Miranda
Now,
rights.
shares in
Means,
Apple hit an all-time high
essentially,
today.
my case isn't going to get thrown out
138.78,
because you
although
didn't say
that
that.
is now down
So there's no,
27
oh, I
cents,
have to say it. I have to shove it in and out of your mouth over and over, but you're not telling me that you didn't like it, so I have to do it again.
As it stands
Child
right now,
molested.
is outpacing Amazon's
You think my
year-to-date
fucking
gain
busted
of
fucking knife was a weapon?
79%. Bay
You pulled
Street
5
back
fucking
in
weapons
business
off me and
after
handed
a
them back.
4-day weekend. Right now it's down
Took the broken
66,
knife. I couldn't figure out how to get it.
17,557.
That's police
That's even
custody
with
now.
gold higher
Obviously, you
by
didn't check the blood stains.
$5, 18.85. Oil
Wow.
is higher by 47 cents to 48.09. We are seeing pressure on the U.S. dollar today.
What?
And the Canadian dollar is up by a
What,
quarter of a
Lucille?
cent,
Your division, your
78.09
unit,
cents
your
U.S.
city. Fuck out of here.
I'm Chris McCusker.
It's my land.
This
And
is
at no point did I ever
680
see it, nor did I ever say I would play by your rules.
Pussies run!
Can put you in a
Pussies, I'm trying to do the fucking, show that son, lead child on this faggots do.
We've been working
He's
with
wearing the
Shopify
pointy
for
ass
over a decade, and our account
like
manager
white leather
suggested
boots
that
that cost
maybe
hundreds
we
of
add
dollars.
680 news into the mix, and we've
You
seen
spill
great
salt on them,
results
there's
through
destroyed. So
adding
do it
that
up with
extra demographic. The importance of having both stations for us, we feel, is best for our business, and it gets people through the door.
So you rely on your CHFI and 680 News account managers to play a key role in your marketing campaigns.
We have a great working relationship. We do absolutely trust their judgment in providing advice for us, as well as future strategies for advertising potentially on digital and other opportunities, and we collaborate really well to
Yeah,
come up with the best
4,492,
possible
you cut
plan
that
for our
in two,
business.
that's two,
Sounds
two,
like they're
part of the Lazy Boy team.
We're really looking forward to getting together again with our 680 News and CHFI account managers to have lunch together and maybe talk a little bit of business as well.
Get 680 News and 98.1 CHFI working for you. Visit 680ads.com. That's 680ads.com.
Last 2 days. So today, the aggregated numbers for some reason.
Breaking news when it happens.
But on Sunday, on Saturday, sorry, on Monday and Sunday, they kept saying, oh yeah, they released all 4 numbers today. No, they didn't.
Similar conditions at Pearson
They
Airport.
released Fridays and Saturdays separately on Saturday. They released Sundays on Sunday.
Number one for news in Toronto.
On Monday, oh yeah, they released all 4 all together today. No, they didn't.
Tuesday, December the
You idiots
29th.
have got used to saying what you want.
I'm Scott.
Oh, no,
Here's what's
correct.
making news
No one
right now.
listens to you either.
Ontario ramps up the total of vaccine clinics, preparing for more doses, including
Because
Moderna's
on
by
Christmas
tomorrow, as
Eve, they were
officials
only
address a
operating at
holiday
this percentage of
slump in
capacity. They weren't open
immunizations.
yet.
Quebec has become the latest.
They weren't
province to
open yet. They weren't
report the
open
new
the full
COVID
business day
variant,
that day,
and
so nobody knows what the
Ontario
fuck
and
you're
Toronto
talking
break
about.
their daily case count records after the province released 2 days of data.
opposite.
Toronto police are
That's
searching
Russia,
for 2 men
That's
wanted in
Russia,
connection to a
Russia.
stabbing Monday
That's
night in
Russia,
Liberty
Russia.
Village.
From taking on a brand new virus and all the difficult
gonna do this,
decisions
you're
that
gonna
came
do
with
that.
it,
Boy, we've been
They
through a
touch me,
lot
then they
this
say they're
year.
gonna touch me.
Toronto's
again
chief
after they
medical
touch me.
officer
They're like,
helped
oh,
me
you're
to
not
look
gonna
back
do anything
at
about it.
2020.
The Buffalo Bills
Oh,
improved
you're
to
not.
12-3
You'll be
with a win on Monday Night Football,
Who's locking
and
their
Alfonso
station
Davies earns another award.
I've
Sports
been
at
waiting
45.
30
All-time
fucking
highs
days
on
to get
Wall Street
arrested.
for a second straight day. Now we've
Fuck's
got a
hiding in
mixed
their
picture.
station.
And a
We'll come
get back
down
on Bay Street after an extra long
there. Hey,
weekend.
Uncle 14 Division
Business
cops
at
are cruising around the
56.
11 Division parking lot like they're lost. Oh shit! It's slamming on the gas and taking off. They're lost. They're literally in the 11 Division parking lot. Lost.
We have a couple of new problems on
You
the
may not
major
realize
routes.
it's the 11
Watch out
Division
for a
parking
collision
lot
on the
is relatively
southbound
new.
400 just south of Langstaff in the collectors.
It
The
didn't used
left
to be
lane
either.
is blocked, and there is a tow truck on the scene. The other new issue is
As
on
far
the
as I know, it's a
southbound
weak dump
DVP.
garbage. 'Cause it
Approaching
said,
Dawn Mills, the right
bed
lane now
officers,
closed.
private
Looks like a
park
stopped
over there.
vehicle here with
I
police
would
on
dump so
scene.
much
So
garbage
it is starting to
shit
get a
over
bit
there.
busy on the southbound DVP as you
What are you
approach
gonna
Dawn Mills.
Are you gonna
We
come
still
out
have
of the
stalled vehicle
station
northbound on the
arrest me
427
and
at
take me bail
Radford in the
and
Express. That's
what?
partially blocking the left lane.
Get a
It's
charge
mostly
for
on
those
the left
through a
shoulder.
conviction?
But
That
just be
won't happen
careful
anyway
there.
because I want
And
it
on
to.
city
so
streets,
well.
traffic spotters reporting a collision westbound on Rosedale Valley Road west of Bayview. It's partially blocked there.
Oh.
Help refine and refresh skin with Amazon's Ampules Beauty Treatment Collection, available at TSC. Get it today and save
Amazon's.
40%. Shop TSC.ca. Today's shopping choice.
I would like
And now
to
with
go
the forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
We're currently it is so good to finally see the sun around GTA. We're going to see some sun peaks throughout the rest of the afternoon. We are not expecting any rain or snow today. However, later on tonight, we could see a few flurries develop as the low temperature dips down to around -6 degrees. -2 right now at Pearson, guaranteed high -1.
680 News Time at 12:32.
An update today on the province's vaccine rollout plan from General Rick Hillier. It comes as the province provided 2 days of COVID-19 data that
your
previous
words are
records. We'll have more on
vague,
that in a moment.
We begin with 680 Stuart McGinn.
At what point was it ever
what the
Hillier?
rollout will look like.
As of
It's
today, more
hillbillier
than
than the last
14,000
hillbilly.
Ontarians have received a COVID-19
Listen to this
vaccine,
moron
and there are
talk.
currently
You'll
19
understand
different
why a lot of
locations where
people
vaccines
CF
are being
think he's an
administered,
idiot.
soon to increase to
Remember, he's not
23.
in the
Head of
CF
the distribution task force, Rick Hillier, says that work comes
Retired
alongside the
slash
arrival of more
kicked out.
doses, including the newest one approved in Canada.
And
As
the
of
other
this
one is a
moment, we do
two-star
not have the
general.
Moderna vaccine in our
2
hands in
stars.
Ontario, but we expect it in the next 24 hours. We'll take delivery at 4 sites around the province. A month from now, officials anticipate roughly 300,000 doses could have arrived in the province. Hillier committing to providing daily vaccination totals as they do with case numbers.
That's
and said right now,
not what he
officials believe
does
roughly 80
at all.
people will
His
want to
job
take the
is to
shot
make sure
when
the
it's
Canadian
available to
forces
them.
can
We
deliver
also
this shit.
admitted a mistake
The
was
Canadian
when a
forces
number of
aren't involved.
vaccination
UPS
clinics
is
were closed
delivering
over the holidays, promising no further breaks will be taken. I'm Stuart McGinn.
He can't promise none of that.
This is 680 News.
None of that's in his purview. The one thing in his purview he's not talking about.
Officials have released 2 days of data after the holidays. 680's Michelle Morton is breaking down the latest numbers and has more on another case of the new variant being reported in Canada. Michelle, a new record high
Your
for
iPhone
Ontario
aggregate
and
data
Toronto
says what?
today. The province has released 2 days of data this morning because of the stab holiday in lieu of Boxing Day landing on Saturday. Over those 2 days, Tuesdays, there's a total of
It's not in lieu of.
492 new
The
cases
sad holiday
and
appears on
78
Monday
additional deaths.
because the thing happened
Breaking
on
down
Saturday.
those 2 days,
But it's not in
Ontario
lieu of anything.
received
It's a statutory holiday, you fucking
2,553
moron.
cases
How do I know you're
today.
stupid?
That's a
You call it a stat holiday. You don't know what stat means.
939 infections yesterday.
It's like on TV when they say we need like a scalpel stat, right? Nope.
Followed by Peel with 496. Hamilton has 144, and York Region is seeing 142. Over those 2 days recorded, 73,677 tests have been completed. Today's positivity rate is 9.7%. Yesterday, 8.6%. There are 19,891 total cases in the province. 864 are in hospital, 304 in ICU. This as Quebec becomes the latest province to report the new variant of the virus today, after Alberta and BC each reported one. Ontario has reported 3 cases. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Martin.
Oh, we do it every day.
12:35. Breaking news from the province's finance minister, who has revealed he took a vacation over the holiday season despite.
Oh, you did wrong, but now you've been caught, so you're coming out before you get caught. It's like a child rapist. At least I admitted I raped
They've
him.
been aware of the eventual December 26th provincial-wide shutdown. They would have canceled their trip. He has since returned to Ontario and is now quarantining.
Well, we all knew for a month. It's after that. It's a week after that. We knew for 3 weeks before. And what the fuck are you talking about?
$2,000 stimulus check.
Finance
News
minister.
reports the move was blocked by Senate Majority Leader.
Remember,
Mitch McConnell.
Ontario's primary
McConnell saying
means
this
is
week the Senate will
borrowing.
begin a process to
$400
bring
billion.
their priorities into focus.
So that guy's only job is to hand over the credit application that the premier fills out to whoever's going to lend us the money. There is no business plan.
Official figures out of London show the country's hospitalization rate.
So he's got to come. Look, I'm so sorry. I'll make it up with the work I do. He doesn't do any work. He doesn't even sign a welfare check or your birth certificate or anything. So what the fuck do they do? That's right. Your birth and death are provincial, not federal. Federal. Canada. Never heard of you. 1867. Our consulate's been here since 1864. We never heard of you. Justin, I told you last night. I know they told you. They always tell you. You're going to get overrated a third time, bro. There won't be a fourth. Are your kids adults yet?
To reevaluate a lockdown that encompasses nearly.
So they're in the care, they're underage minors in the care of the federal government. So guess what? They're gonna pass for that reason. No other reason. Of course, you're getting fucked up. Why you keep making your hair look like mine? You know I don't use no gray in my fucking dye in my beard. It's white. Pigmentless. You're not the first fucking homo to look at me and go, I'd like to look like that. I don't know why. I'm Afro-Dutch. The rest of you are trying to pass yourselves off as Métis when you're not. Or some type of weird white strain no one knows about that you saw on King of Thrones. Guess what? Those are Métis too.
Brown hooded jacket and yellow mask. The second suspect, believed to be 6'3" with a thin build and long hair, he was seen wearing a brown camouflage jacket and brown jeans. Anyone with information is asked to contact police.
Your News Radio 680 News at 12:38. As 2020 winds to a close, 680's sat down with Toronto's chief medical officer of health with a look back.
2 hours to cost to talk to
Throughout
him.
this pandemic, you've probably seen
You're the one that left the knife on your fucking kitchen counter, buddy. You think I'm joking? I'll shut these trains down tonight.
Medical officer of health, she's been responsible for some of the tough decisions that have been made over the past 10 months, some of which have come with very harsh criticisms.
Pay for all the vaccines, good. And you shut up when you should.
She's fairly blunt.
We're going to do this with the vaccines and that with it. No, shut up. You said you'd pay for them, so all these people said they wanted them. They said they wanted them because they're stupid. This police officer is dumb, telling everybody, we're going to keep track of how many we hand out and all this other shit. You can't even stop people from stealing. First words out of his mouth, it's like liquid gold. Just say, you've been tasked with making sure no one steals it. You're telling them how valuable it is. It's not valuable because there's nowhere to sell it, stupid. Why would you say that? You're not acknowledging that it's valuable. You're giving it a false value, meaning some crackhead out there is going to try to rob one of the drivers, thinking it has vaccine. Courier companies, courier drivers pick up and drop from it every day that look exactly the same as a vaccine drop.
This is Jamie Pulper with a look back at Thursday, August 27th.
Nothing to do with hills either, since it's French. Should be hillbilly, you fucking retard. You're gonna do what? I've been cussing you out since you were in active duty, you fucking idiot. I'll punch you right in your fucking face. That'll be an act of war, and your country can't match mine, so I'll get back up if you won't.
And all you hear is the roaring.
You got enough people to take on the U.S. Army? You don't have enough people to take on the U.S. jail system. All they gotta do is open the doors.
Followed by an unsurvivable storm surge up to 15 to 20 feet, according to the National Hurricane Center. And many people refused to leave due to the pandemic.
Anyone that stayed that's close to the coast, we've got to pray for them because
Nothing gonna stop me from getting my coffee and muffin. I'm worse than that old dude. Oh, he's at the hospital. I didn't know where he was. I noticed I didn't see him.
It was the worst storm of the
You notice people you don't see? No, they just disappear.
The Greek alphabet had to be used because they ran out of names for storms. With the year in review.
What alphabet you think you're using? Like, if you say Roman versus Greek, we'll laugh at
What do
you.
you think?
I think that today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. There's no time like right now.
Oh, that's what my person told you in school, so you think you're smart.
That's motivational.
Now is a great time to get into a new Ford during the Ford year-end event. Get up to $6,500 in rebates on select new 2020 Edge models. Plus, get other great offers on most new 2020 Ford SUVs. Contact your Toronto Ford dealer or visit Ford.ca.
Now the 680 News gas price update. Ember predicts no change at midnight, holding steady at just under $1.07 a liter at most GTA stations. Traffic and weather together next.
Being a new mom isn't easy, but hugging's easy, loving's easy, and baby D-drops are easy too. Simply apply just one drop where baby feeds. There's no taste, so it doesn't interfere with feeding. Pediatricians recommend vitamin D daily for breastfed infants. Baby D drops, the sunshine vitamin in just one drop.
Oh, marvelous sleep.
Let's go there.
Marvelous sleep.
Curl up with sun.
Marvelous sleep. Drool on the sheet.
Sleep. Tangle your feet. It smells on repeat.
Boxing Week is now extended. Now's your last chance to get marvelous deals on our biggest brands. But hurry, it all ends Tuesday. Only at Sleep Country. Sleep well, stay well. Sleep Country.
1241.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Carrie Franskis. This report is brought to you by Pizza Pizza. Southbound on the 400, south of Langstaff in the collectors. The left lane is blocked because of a collision. There is a tow truck on the scene here. Just watch out for this problem. There's no delay. Again, that's southbound 400, south of Langstaff in the collectors. We had a problem on the southbound DVP approaching Don Mills. That has cleared away. Not seeing any delays right now on the southbound DVP. Northbound on the 427 at Radford and the Express. We still have a stalled vehicle, mostly on the left shoulder. Also with the tow truck on the scene there. And smooth drive otherwise northbound on the 427. On city streets, traffic spotters reporting a collision westbound on Rosedale Valley Road, midway between Bayview and Park. And it was partially blocked there. Emergency crews on the scene. Now at Pizza Pizza, get free delivery. Order online or on the Pizza Pizza app and use the promo code DELIVERY. Minimum $20 order. Safe, reliable delivery. That's Pizza Pizza. And now with the forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
Well, right now we are seeing some sunshine across the GTA. Get outside and enjoy it while you can, because later on this evening, we'll see some increasing clouds as well as a few flurries developing and a low temperature of -6 degrees. We got a low pressure system that's on the way that's going to not only give us some cooler air, but it's also going to give us possibility not only some snow, but some rain as well as some freezing rain likely tomorrow afternoon. And we'll also see the winds gusting up to about 50 kilometers per hour. High temperature near 5 degrees, and then tomorrow night, some light rain possible with a low of 0. -2 degrees at Pearson, guaranteed high -1.
680 News Time, 1243.
Now the Dynamic Funds Market Minute. We go live to the Business Center. Here's Chris McCusker.
Well, Judy, we've got a mostly losing session now on North American markets after Wall Street hit all-time highs. So the Senate Majority Leader in the U.S. blocked an attempt by Democrats to increase stimulus payments to Americans. The Dow right now is down 85 points. The NASDAQ off by 61. The S&P actually back on the plus side, though it's only up by half a point. And then the TSX is down 84, 17,539. Gold is higher just by $2 though, 18.82. Oil is higher by 32 cents, 47.94. And the Canadian dollar up by about a quarter of a cent now, 78.08 cents US. At the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
Markets are changing more than ever. A financial advisor can help address your evolving portfolio needs. Speak to a financial advisor and learn more at dynamic.ca/advice.
Give your oven a break this year and cook all your holiday favorites on a Traeger wood pellet grill instead. Fueled by all-natural hardwood pellets, Traeger grills add incredible wood-fired flavor to everything you cook. Traeger's also boasts 6-in-1 versatility that lets you cook everything from roast turkey and grilled veggies to baked cookies and smoked eggnog. Plus, Wi-Fi technology lets you control your grill right from your phone. To learn more and find a dealer near you, visit TraegerGrills.ca/Canada Dealers.
If your furnace is broken, call Reliance Home Comfort 24/7 and we'll get there fast. Only Reliance has over 45,000 5-star reviews, so you can depend on us to put you first and take safety precautions. Need a great deal on a new one? Call now. Ask about our next day installation guarantee and get a $1,000 Visa gift card, plus a Google Nest thermostat when you buy a featured furnace. Need a great deal fast? Call Reliance. Conditions apply. Savings off our regular price. See website for details.
This is All News Radio, 680 News.
A mainly sunny sky, -1 downtown, feeling like -7 when you factor in the wind. Good afternoon. I'm Judy Friedman.
I'm Scott Burnett. Here are the top stories right now.
An update today on the vaccination rollout for the province after many inoculation sites were closed for the holidays. Retired General Rick Hillier, who heads up the province's COVID-19 task force, says more than 14,000 Canadians have now been vaccinated and says they will be providing daily vaccine inoculation numbers, just as the province does for COVID cases. A day of COVID records today in the province, not the kind we want though. Ontario reporting more than 2,500 new cases today. Toronto saw a record high of nearly 900 positive cases and more than 41 new deaths in Ontario. Coming up after sports, a landmark in South Pickering is going dark thanks to COVID. Time for 680 Sports from Sportsnet 590 The Fan. Here's Shell Ali.
Well, after a busy week of football, Week 16 is officially in the books. Wrapping up last night with a 38-9 win for the Bills over the Pats. Josh Allen had 320 yards passing along with 4 touchdown passes. WGR's Sal Capaccio stopped by Good Show this morning to talk about Allen's development.
Brian Dable said, hey, I got this kid with a rocket arm who now has been in my system for 3 years, understands everything. He's had that maturation process we talk about. And, how is he comfortable? Spreading the field, being able to see everything, using his athleticism in space. They've catered to his talent so well, and Josh has rewarded them and said, yep, if you're going to put the ball in my hands, I'm going to make sure that I make all the right decisions and make all the right throws.
Bills take on the Dolphins in next week's regular season finale. Elsewhere in the NFL, Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin spoke to reporters today and confirmed that with the AFC North locked up, Mason Rudolph will start at quarterback against the Browns in Week 17. Over at the World Juniors, 3 games on the go today. United States versus the Czech Republic, Austria versus Russia, and Canada versus Switzerland. That game gets going at 6 p.m. Eastern from Edmonton. Canada will try to stay undefeated after going 2-0 in tournament play so far. And Alphonso Davies gets another award as the young striker has been selected as the Canadian Press Male Athlete of the Year, receiving 35 of 67 votes. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime at sportsnet.ca/590.
Our new neighbors ripped down our fence and are building a new one, a foot into our property.
They say our fence was on their property.
And we're getting really scared.
Do we call a lawyer, a surveyor, city hall? We're losing part of our yard.
Visit protectyourboundaries.ca, your expert boundary advisors with new surveys, property reports, and millions of existing survey plans. Protectyourboundaries.ca, a Kurtzmark company. Protectyourboundaries.ca.
This Boxing Week, unwrap more with Rogers. Like more savings with all our best phones and accessories for $0 down with financing. Unwrap more time together when you order with Rogers Pro on the go for fast free delivery and setup as soon as today in select areas. And unwrap more cheer when you get a Rogers Infinite plan with no data overages on Canada's largest 5G network. Get everything on your wish list for your family or small business during the Wrapped in Red event. On now for a limited time at Rogers. Visit Rogers.com today.
680 News Time at 12:49.
It's the end of an era for a landmark in South Pickering, with COVID-19 getting the blame. After 47 years in operation, the Pickering Markets is closed, with 300 vendors now wondering where to go next. More now from 680's business editor Mike Epple.
The operator of the Pickering Markets gave its vendors a rental fee break for the 3 months during the first lockdown. The second wave, though, has proven to be too much, as the popular shopping destination in South Pickering has been permanently closed. For the 300 or so small business operators that have called Pickering Markets home for years, many are hoping to continue sales through e-commerce, but admit it will be very tough to go without the foot traffic of customers. The closure will leave a massive building and parking lot empty in South Pickering, ironically located just a block away from the new Pickering Casino and Resort, which has been under construction through the pandemic and is near completion. The Canadian Federation of Independent Business has warned more than a third of Ontario small business operators say they won't be able to survive this second lockdown. The Pickering Market vendors are available online at pickeringmarkets.com/vendors. At the Business Center, I'm Mike Epple.
In 60 seconds, we'll check traffic and your extended forecast.
680 News Time, 12:50.
When Mark Mendelson and Dave Blue Radio joined forces with 680 News over 25 years ago, it was the start of a beautiful relationship.
We've been advertising on 680 News since the very beginning. Radio is the best vehicle for advertising long-term to a client base who will buy when they're ready to buy. And we're a long-term business, so we love long-term results.
Vendors love those results too.
Whenever we talk to a vendor about co-op advertising, they say, oh, please advertise on 680 News. And that's because the CEOs of these companies I'm dealing with are listening to this radio station all the time, and all their friends are. And the reason 680 works is because it's foreground radio. When people are actually listening to 680 News, they're actually listening.
And what you say to those listeners has shaped how they see the Dave Blue Radio brand.
Radio gives you your personality, and you can personalize your company, which we've managed to do over a long period of time on 680 News.
It sounds like it's working.
Well, we're still here after 73 years.
Get 680 News working for you. Visit 680ads.com.
News Time, 12:51.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones with a look at the drive. Here's Carrie Prunskis. This report is brought to you by Hakeem Optical. We have a couple of problems on the major routes. On the northbound 427 at Rathburn and the Express, the left lane is partially blocked, and that's because of a stalled vehicle. There is a tow truck on the scene. And another problem on the southbound 400 south of Langstaff in the collectors. And again, that left lane partially blocked. That is due to a collision. Emergency crews on that scene as well. Good news is no delays as a result of either problem. And east and westbound 401, both running smoothly. The Gardner looks good into and out of downtown as well. Last we heard from traffic spotters in town, westbound Rosedale Valley Road, just west of Bayview, is partially blocked because of a collision. Any updates appreciated at star 680. And keep in mind, in Thornhill, John is closed in both directions between Henderson and Bayview for broken water main repairs. Hakeem's Boxing Week sale is on now. For a limited time only, save 70%. That's right, 70% off on all Hakeem designer frames and 30% off Hakeem lenses. Look great and see better with Hakeem's Boxing Week sale. And now with the extended forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
Well, one thing that has been bringing me a lot of joy today is telling you that the sun is going to be coming out today, and we'll continue to see some sun peaks throughout the GTA today. However, later on tonight, we're going to start to see some more clouds push across the GTA, and we may even see a few flurries develop before about 9 o'clock, low of -6. And then tomorrow, get ready, because we are going to not only see some snow in the morning, but by the afternoon time, it'll transition over into rain, as well as some freezing rain, making some roads as well as sidewalks pretty slippery. We'll also see the winds gusting up to about 50 kilometers per hour. High temperature of 5 degrees, and then we'll dip down to a low near the freezing mark. This is all associated with a pretty fast-moving low-pressure system. By Thursday, which is New Year's Eve, can you believe it, folks? Well, it is going to be a sunny day, and we'll see a high temperature of 2 degrees New Year's Eve night. It'll be cloudy with a low of -3, and then for the first day of 2021, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds in the morning, but by the latter half of the afternoon, we'll welcome back in the rain at a high +1. -2 at Pearson, guaranteed high -1.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Dynamic Funds. The greatest investment tip ever? Start building a plan with a financial advisor today. Learn more about the value of advice at dynamic.ca/advice.
Coming up at the top of the hour, the head of Ontario's COVID-19 vaccine task force provided an update just before noon today on the continued rollout.
The Moderna vaccine, 50,000 doses of it expected to arrive in the province tomorrow, with immunization to begin within the next 48 to 72 hours. It comes as the province sets a new case number record. The latest coming up at 1.
680 News Time, 12:54.
Treat yourself to the joy of driving during the Mazda Boxing Week event. Receive 0.5% purchase financing on select new 2021 models and make no monthly finance payments for 120 days on every new Mazda. Plus, enjoy up to a $1,000 winter tire credit on select new models. And drive on with the confidence of our unlimited mileage warranty standard on every new Mazda. Offers available from December 21st to January 4th. Visit your local Mazda dealer or Mazda.ca for details.
We're here with you,
Until regular life resumes and after.
giving you everything you need to know.
Stay informed. Stay safe. This is 680 News.
One airline stateside is saying goodbye to emotional support animals aboard its airplanes.
You've heard the stories in recent years about the emotional support squirrels and even peacocks people have tried to bring on board planes.
I'm not kidding, this woman is wrangling her peacock into the airport.
And the claims passengers make that their dogs are emotional support animals just to get around paying a pet fee and to be able to take them out of their carriers on board. Well, a few weeks ago, the Department of Transportation said airlines no longer have to allow emotional support animals, and now Alaska Airlines announcing emotional support animals will no longer fly on its planes. Specially trained service dogs will be allowed. Alex Stone, EBC News.
Markets in the U.S. are now lower after hitting all-time highs. The business report with Chris McCusker is next.
680 News Time, 12:55.
Pay homage to India's rich cultural history with a culinary experience from Bindia Indian Bistro, a family-owned and operated restaurant located across from historic St. Lawrence Market. India sources the freshest cuts of meat from their butchers to create your favorite Indian dishes. Order today and experience why Bindia Indian Bistro is a TripAdvisor Hall of Fame member. Bindia Indian Bistro, the essence of India through fresh, quality ingredients. Get 10% off your takeout order today when you book through bindia.ca.
If you have unfiled taxes, this message is for you. With the government running massive deficits, CRA is cracking down harder than ever before. It is only a matter of time until they find you. CRA can garnish your wages, empty your bank account, lien your house, or recommend criminal prosecution. If you made a mistake, it's not too late. Call Mark Feldstein Chartered Professional Accountants now. Visit markfeldstein.ca. markfeldstein.ca.
News Time, 12:56.
Now the business report live to the Business Center. Here's Chris McCusker.
Well, Judy, it seems investors are watching U.S. politics very closely today. The Senate Majority Leader in the U.S. is blocking an attempt by Democrats to increase stimulus payments to Americans. Now, after Wall Street hit all-time highs early in the session, we've now got arrows pointing down. Mitch McConnell later suggested the idea of bigger checks will not be put to a vote unless it's tied to action on legal protections for technology giants and looking into voting irregularities, two requests by the U.S. president, and it seems none of that will happen quickly. So the Dow right now is down 111 points, the S&P off by 4, and the NASDAQ lower by 60 points. But again, markets in the U.S. did hit all-time highs again today. Colin Szynski is chief market strategist at SIA Wealth Management.
I think the stock market at this point has had a really good run. It's questionable in terms of how they factored in the lingering risks that are out there, some of which have gone away in the last week, although there's still contention over whether Americans might get a $2,000 stimulus check. They are getting a smaller stimulus check. Their government isn't shutting down. And over in Europe, the UK and the EU did manage to hammer out a trade deal. So Brexit is going ahead, and all the fears that have been lingering for years of could the UK just fall out of Brexit and cause chaos, that's all gone away.
Now, they are trading on Bay Street again today after a 4-day weekend. Right now, the TSX is down 99 points, 17,524. And a weight today coming from shares in Shopify. That stock is off by about 6%. Years to date, it's still up by 186%. Gold is higher by $2, $18.82. Oil up 30 cents, $47.92. And the Canadian dollar higher by a fifth of a cent, 78.03 cents U.S. I'm Chris McCusker. This is 680 News.
Stay one step ahead of the competition with 680 News.
I'm Steve Friedman from the Chesterfield Shop. We've been in business since 1948 and have 5 locations in and around the GTA selling contemporary leather and fabric seating. The Chesterfield Shop has been advertising for over 10 years with 680 News. We are growing our ad dollars with them because the ads are most effective. People, they like us, they trust us, but we know we have to keep a fresh face out there so that they'll come in and they'll see what's exciting at the Chesterfield Shop.
Why choose 680 News?
When there's so many different options and opportunities and different media, we find that radio and 680 News in particular are very effective for us in getting across our message.
And 680 News helps you reach the customers you're looking for?
680 News absolutely brings in the right demographic for us. People who listen to the ads, they're invested in beautifying their homes and enhancing their lifestyle, and we think that it's a perfect match.
Get 680 News working for you. Visit 680ads.com. That's 680ads.com.
A mix of sun and cloud in downtown Toronto, -1, feels like -7. 680 News Time, 1 o'clock.
Going on for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
It's Tuesday, December 29th. Good afternoon. I'm Scott Burnett.
And I'm Judy Friedman. Here's what's making news this hour.
The Moderna vaccine is set to arrive in Ontario tomorrow as the province gives us a short and long-term future outlook on the immunization plan, eyeing millions by the spring.
The new COVID variant has popped up again in Canada, this time in Quebec, as Ontario sees another record high of daily cases today.
Ontario's finance minister is facing backlash, now apologizing for leaving the country for a December getaway.
Mayor Tory takes a look back at the unprecedented year that was.
Well, you can't possibly compare it to anything else.
Talking about lessons learned and what stood out.
The Raptors look to avoid an 0-3 start against the Sixers tonight. And more on the Blue Jays' pursuit of major free agents this offseason. Sports at 15.
Wall Street hits records and then moves lower. It's a big day for Boeing and close to a triple-digit loss on Bay Street. Business at 26.
City News Time, 101.
Traffic and weather together on the ones. Carrie Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by Don Valley North Lexus. MTO crews just arrived on the scene, northbound on the 427 at Radford in the Express. They're now fully blocking this left lane. On the left shoulder, there's this stalled vehicle with a tow truck. So now there is a bit of a delay on the northbound 427 as you approach Radford, but just in the express lanes. And watch out for a collision southbound on the 400, south of Langstaff in the collectors. That's partially blocking the left lane. There's no delay at all through that stretch, so be careful. The rest of the drive is looking pretty good. Southbound 404 DVP is moving well. The Gardner, that's in great shape both into and out of downtown, and the QEW is lightly traveled as well. On city streets, we still have this closure in Thornhill. John is shut down between Henderson and Bayview for broken water main repairs. Make it a December to remember at Don Valley North Lexus. Lease a 2021 NX300 from just $178 bi-weekly. Visit DonValleyNorthLexus.com for details. And now with the forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
Right now, we're seeing a mix of sun and clouds across the GTA. Just took a quick check of the radar, and we are not seeing anything popping up, so that is always a nice thing. But later on this afternoon into this evening, we're going to start to see some more clouds develop and temperatures dipping down to around 0. And then tomorrow, we could end up seeing some rain as well as some snow. I'll have much more of that coming up for you here in less than 10 minutes on 680 News. Right now, with Pearson -2 degrees, the guaranteed high -1.
680 News Time, 102.
The head of Ontario's COVID-19 vaccination task force taking questions earlier today after laying out a game plan for inoculations in the province. Meantime, it was a record-setting day for new cases in Ontario and here in Toronto. More on that in just a moment.
First, 680 Stuart McGinn joins us with more from today's provincial update.
As the doses keep coming, the number of places to receive them will keep growing. A tally in Ontario today at 19 and soon to reach 23. Head of the Vaccine Distribution Task Force, Rick Hillier, had a list of updates as he spoke to the media, but also had to answer one big question about the slowdown of vaccines administered over the holidays.
I'd be delighted to comment upon that and say, look, in hindsight, it was a wrong decision. I think I acknowledge that quite clearly and accept the responsibility that we'll get better faster now
Because we've learned from that. We've heard the voices of the people of Ontario saying, get on with this, and that's what we are going to do.
We fucked it up because we're going to learn from it.
Doses in Ontario by January, including the
You're not supposed to tell us that. We're supposed to be telling you.
Tomorrow. Hillier also said officials will begin updating daily vaccination totals, with the hope of reaching numbers well into the millions by the spring. Regarding public confidence in the vaccine, Hillier adding right now officials believe 80% of Ontarians will want to get the shot when it's their turn. I'm Stuart McGinn.
680 News Time at 1:04. Canada sees another case of the COVID-19 variant pop up today, while Ontario reports another record of new cases. 680's Michelle Morton joins us live with the breakdown. Michelle.
Beginning with the new COVID-19 variant today, Quebec is the latest province to report a case of the strain.
Like
this comes after out west, BC and Alberta reported a case of the variant. Ontario saw 3 cases confirmed over the weekend. Getting to today's cases in Ontario this morning, the province releasing 2 days of data. It didn't release the information yesterday because of the stat holiday
only releasing one datum
on Saturday this year. Now, over those 2 days, there's a total of 4,492 new cases and 4,384 resolved cases. The province is seeing an additional 78 deaths. 41 people reportedly have died yesterday, 37 the day before reported. Today, Ontario is seeing a new record with 2,553 new cases, 1,939 cases yesterday. For today's numbers, Toronto also sees a new record in daily cases, reporting 895. Peel is seeing 496, Hamilton with 144, and York Region home to 142. 73,677 tests have been completed over that 2-day period. There's a total of 175,908 total cases in Ontario, 864 cases are in hospital, 304 in ICU. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Martin. 680 News Time, 1:05. Ontario's finance minister is in some hot water. Rod Phillips is now apologizing for leaving the country on a personal trip earlier this month, despite pleas from health officials for Ontarians to remain at home and only travel for essential reasons. In a statement, the finance minister says the trip was already planned, and had he known the province was set to enforce lockdown measures on Boxing Day, he wouldn't have left. Phillips says he is now quarantining for the required 14 days.
Breaking news stateside, where COVID-19 relief bill that would have provided $2,000 stimulus checks to Americans has been blocked by Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. That bill had passed in the House of Commons, or rather in the House yesterday, by about 275 to 134.
Yeah, that's a legit mistake because we have the House of Commons, you have the House and the Senate
with the original bill regarding the amount of the stimulus payments for Americans in contrast to $1.4 trillion being earmarked for foreign aid. Concerns around election fraud, as well as a law that would shield tech companies from liability for user content. Earlier today, President Trump tweeted, quote, $2,000 for our great people, not $600 they have suffered.
Time. It says plan.
As 2020 winds to a close, all this week, 680's Mohammed Qureshi is speaking to Mayor John Tory, taking an in-depth look back at the pandemic year and what's to come in 2021.
Man, I
when
see
it
how
comes
this
to looking back at 2020, Mayor Tory says it really was unprecedented.
Well, you can't possibly compare it to anything else because, for starters, I don't think we've ever seen anything in the country that had this loss of life.
In World War I,
challenges and incredibly difficult decisions that came with criticisms.
The highest percentage of people
is people's resilience.
I don't just mean governments and agencies. That's their
I'm not
job.
sure that's
One
what
might
we
argue,
back
but I
then.
think
In the
people
US today, they
mobilized
say
help other people. I think that was a great
Canada, we say
success story, and not surprising, but it was
one
amazing how it happened.
He says so much of this year has been learned as you go, but there are a couple of major lessons learned.
Act quickly and really take account of the kind of necessities that you need to have on hand so that you're not scrambling when something happens to start trying with everybody else. You get the stuff you need.
Coming up throughout the rest of the week, I'll talk to Tory about lockdowns and the criticisms that came with it, battling misinformation, and what to expect in 2021. I'm Mohammed Qureshi.
You're on News Radio 680 News. It's 108. A mobile traveling clothing rack stuffed with rolling racks, hangers, and donations is offering people experiencing poverty in areas west of the city the opportunity to find clothing, underwear, and footwear with dignity. 680's Rhiannon Campbell reports.
The old Sanguine Mobile Health Van has been transformed to a pop-up clothing shop that offers those who need it most an opportunity to shop through gently used clothing and shoes. The free service has made stops in Waterloo Region
Damn, I thought I had clean clothes to put
The new
on.
mobile health unit
You
van
ever do that?
on
Throw your
its
stuff
stops
in the
across
dirty
downtown
laundry or
Guelph.
whatever?
Organizers at the Sanguine Health Center say this new method is
So you're
way
trying to
better
do
than what
bathtub
they had
laundry, you
going
have
on
no
before,
intention of doing
as
that,
those
man.
in need were offered bins to sort through. Now, rats on
It's
wheels are propped
sort
up, giving people the opportunity
Because
to sift
donations
through
go
the
in
clothing
bins.
as they would
If
in
it's going to
any
be
retail
donated, we need
store.
you to be digging in
Volunteers
bins
say
and
it
boxes.
provides
That's how our
people with
brains work.
dignity. If you have any gently
Remember,
used or
2
new
years
items
ago,
you'd like to
the big
donate,
thing was about the
organizers
woman
say you're in
dying in
need
the
of
clothing
layering
donation
pieces,
bin.
winter outerwear, and winter footwear.
Also, they
You
put
can
safety
contact
devices
them
and all
at
of them.
their
No, you didn't.
email,
That's what got her stuck in there. The safety device to prevent her from going in. That's
I'm
what got her
Marianne
stuck in
Campbell.
there.
A
It's not
famed
what
French
killed her. How do I know?
designer
They
has died
still
at
have
the
yet
age
to
of
say what
98.
killed her.
Famed French designer
She's
Pierre
a
Cardin
junkie in
has
a fucking
died, according to
abandoned
the French
box.
Academy of Fine
Her
Arts.
death was
He
not
98.
unexpected.
Cardin became a fashion
She
icon
don't get
beginning in the
a fucking autopsy.
1950s and rose to fame in the 1960s with futuristic styles that included sharp shapes and graphic patterns. In the 1970s and 80s, through aggressive licensing, the Cardin name became a world brand embossed on thousands of products from wristwatches to bed sheets. The Fine Arts Academy did not give
Is that
cause
like
of death or say where he died.
Nautica?
I'm Mike Rossi. Coming up in 30 seconds, we'll check on the
Can I get a
price of
Nautica
gas.
t-shirt with the fucking stupid wheel on it?
Trust 680 News for what you need to know on the coronavirus.
Listen 3, 4, 5 times a day on your radio,
680news.com.
the Radio Player Canada app,
Or ask to play
Oh,
680 News on your smart
navigate to
speaker.
keep us on
I'm
course.
thinking of getting a new Ford Ranger. What do you think?
I think adventure waits for no one. What you do defines you, not what you don't. It's time to take action, to really live. So live.
Whoa. Convincing.
That song's a
Now
couple of
is a
different
great
things.
time to get into a
It's
new
an
Ford
example of how
during
we
the
make
4
words
year
together, how we
event.
throw words
Get up to
together. That's all.
$3,500 in
It's
rebates
also
on
an
most
example of how we
2020
make up,
Ranger models.
Mr. Pink, Mr. Orange, Mr. What do I have to do, Mr. Pink? You're Mr. Pink.
Contact
Shut
your
up.
Ford dealer or visit Ford.ca.
No, I gotta navigate to keep us on course, so you don't know his name.
Now the
He's wearing
680
a
News
mask.
gas price update and process price of gas that
It
did
wasn't,
not
all you know is
change
a bunch of
in
designer
the
clothes. Why? Because who
6.9
would
cents
pull
a
off
liter
a
goes to
hobby
GTA
when designer
stations.
clothes?
680 News Time 110.
Try life.
You need a loan, but you don't want to go to the bank. So go to H. Williams Pawnbrokers. Yes, it's a place to buy and sell, but it's also a place to borrow money like a bank, but at a low rate that's not compounded. Bring in your
How is it not
valuables. H.
compounded?
Williams gives you money and locks them in their vault. Pay your loan
Make
back,
it sound
get
like-
your stuff back. They're
That almost
licensed
sounds
and
like
have
you're
been
saying
loaning
you
money
don't
for
have
over
to pay
70
interest twice,
years.
but that's
Go
not
see
the
them in
case.
their
It's
safe
not how it
environment.
works.
H. Williams Pawnbrokers. Look for the big red pawnbroker sign, 145 Church Street, north of Queen.
Stop the spread.
Accomplish two things at once here, but
COVID-19 can be deadly. The time to act is now. Everyone must do their part to stop the spread of
What?
COVID-19. Stay at home. Period. Full stop.
the more obvious
Only go out if absolutely necessary. That means for groceries, for medications, for medical appointments, or if you provide an essential service. Protect
Guess what?
yourself and others.
Like
Stay
drugs,
home.
drug
For
addicts,
information,
it's an
visit
essential service. Guess what? Under the security guard regulations in Ontario,
Ontario. Paid for by
those
the government of
valuables, you're
Ontario.
allowed to defend them with firearms. Oh, the cops don't want you to know that.
111 traffic and weather together on the ones. Gary Prunskis.
This report is brought to you by Diamond and Diamond Lawyers. I just watched Problem Clear northbound on the 427 at Rathburn and the Express. That stalled vehicle has been removed, so it shouldn't take long for this
Police
backup to
can't
ease. It is
or
a little
won't
bit slow on
protect
the
you.
northbound 427 from north of Bloor to Rathburn in the
North Bloor, they won't.
Express. Westbound on
can't.
the 401, that's getting heavy into Mississauga. Delays building from
The courts
Mavis
have
and
to
the
give you a
Express to
CCW.
approaching Mississauga Road, but we're looking
They
at a
like to
smooth
say the
drive
other
on
way.
the eastbound
You have to
401
prove
across
that.
the
Blah, blah, blah.
GTA.
No, I don't. We got
Southbound on
videos
the
all over the
400,
cops
south
saying
of
they won't help
Langstaff
you
and the
shit.
collectors, that collision just cleared away as well. So we're in great shape on the southbound 400.
Your laws
Looks good
say
on
I
the
can
southbound
protect farmers
404
from the
DVP.
cash
And no
with
problems on the
firearms.
Gardner
Your laws
or
say.
the QEW. Getting around on city streets this afternoon in Thornhill, John remains closed in both directions between Henderson and Bayview, and that's for broken water main repairs. It's scheduled to reopen on the 4th of January. If you've been injured, Diamond and Diamond is in your
Yeah,
corner.
Tuesday,
See why so many clients have referred their friends and family back to Diamond and Diamond. Call
Why? So
1-800-567-HURT
the
for your
cops
free
called on you?
consultation.
So I don't know if it's a
And now
real
with the
cop or not.
forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
Right now, we're
There's
seeing a
all
mix of
police
sun
in
and clouds
Ontario
across
trying to
the
do the same thing.
GTA.
Well, I'll
Later on
block my
tonight,
number,
we'll
so you
start
won't know
to
who
see
it is.
some more
And
clouds
buddy, I'll
develop,
start 6 9
and that is on the
but
leading edge of a low pressure system that's going to give us not only some snow showers, but also some rain as as well as some freezing rain tomorrow. Speaking of tomorrow, we'll only get up to a high of 5 degrees. And then tomorrow night, we'll start to see the rain showers end and temperatures dipping down to a low of 0 degrees. Right now,
And
it
I
appears
don't want
it's
to hang it up on me
guaranteed
like
high, -1.
Illegal.
680 News Time 113.
That means it's time for the Dynamic Funds Market Minute live at the Business Center. Chris McCusker.
Well, Scott, we did see all-time highs on Wall Street today. The Dow at one point was up by more than 180 points, and then the Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell blocked a move to up the stimulus checks to Americans.
Up
So all of
the
that
new
still
up
in
amount
limbo,
is the
and now the
retard
Dow
that
is
said
down 105.
up
The
amount.
S&P up by 6, the
Raised.
NASDAQ lower by 44. The TSX back in business today after an extra long weekend, and it's down by 93 points, 17,533.
Every year does the same thing.
Gold is higher, but only by
Boxing Day,
$3,
Christmas,
18.83. We've got oil up by 28 cents, 47.90 a barrel, and the Canadian dollar higher by 1/5 of a cent to 78.03 cents US. At the Business Center, I'm Chris McCusker.
2-day weekend.
The greatest investment tip ever? Start building a plan with a financial advisor today. Learn more about the value of advice at dynamic.ca/advice.
Here it is, the sale we've been waiting for all year. The legendary Boxing Day sale at Visions Electronics. Save up to 80% off, with no interest and no payments till 2022. On theater, appliances, headphones, car starters, and more. And Vision beats any price by 15% and gives you a 2-year warranty on premium TVs. Online, curbside pickup, and delivery. Save up to 80% off. Boxing Day, on now for a limited time. Only
This
at
year,
Visions
Toronto, they shut it down at
Electronics.
4:30, open it up from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock.
Have you heard? It's Boxing Day every day from now until New Year's
Let all
Eve
the
at
funds and everything balance out with trades at the end of
Discover
the day.
amazing deals on great brands like Apple, Beats, Dyson, iRobot,
It's
and
not like
more.
a speculative,
Plus, new
I'd like to
markdowns
sell
and
one
deep discounts
share,
of up to
and the other
50%
guy
on
tries to
clearance
sell
items.
19,000.
And all electronics purchases can be spread over 12
It's all
interest-free
the big,
easy pay payments.
it's almost the market
TSC's
makers
Boxing Week
themselves.
specials on now. Shop tsc.ca. Today's shopping choice. This is all News Radio, 680 News.
A little bit of sunshine.
All my alarms go off and trouble with all the different stock exchanges around the world open and close.
And I'm Judy Friedman. Here are the top stories this hour.
Over
That's being happy.
14,000
Anybody
Ontarians
do
have
it?
so far
No.
received their initial vaccinations
More
against
money.
COVID-19, while the Moderna vaccine will be distributed in Ontario this week. Retired General Rick Hillier also providing an update saying 4 more vaccination clinics will be established in Ontario in the coming weeks, bringing the total to 23. Today's COVID-19 numbers setting records no one wants to see. Ontario seeing over 2,500 cases today for the first time. Toronto had 895, its highest today, while positivity rates in the
2,500. They said it was 4,492. Now it's
Ontario's
2,500
finance
today.
minister is facing backlash and is now apologizing for leaving the country for a December getaway with his wife, despite pleas from health officials to stay home and only travel for essential reasons.
No, them going on vacation could be arguably essential or not. Going international is not trouble.
Wouldn't have left.
Coming back and then what? Self-isolate.
It's surely.
It has been a weird start to the year for the Toronto Raptors. They are back in action tonight
Remember,
against the
wherever you went,
Philadelphia
2 weeks,
76ers.
going back
looking
2
to
weeks, it's a
avoid
month,
an
plus 2
0-3
weeks,
start
it's 6
for the first
fucking
time
weeks.
since the 05-06
We're hearing
season.
about it now.
You listen to that game with Eric
December's
Smith
not
and
over.
Paul
This
Jones
happened
on
in
the
fucking
Fan
November, right?
following
Had
him
to
and
have.
Sam
Or-
at 7.
Right,
Yesterday
somebody's
also
lying
saw
about
a
something.
flurry of signings and trades in baseball,
All
mostly
crazy.
all
This
to
is
the
crazy shit
Padres.
about home
They traded
invading
with
the
the
fucking
Cubs for
prime
Yu
minister.
Darvish,
That's not
grabbed
possible.
Blake
That would
Snell
never
from the
happen.
Rays and signed
It's
Hassan
some crazy
Kim out of
shit
the
about police
KBO.
officers
Ben
getting
Nichols
dressed
and
to the
Smith
point where they
joined
have to leave
Good
the
Show
country.
earlier to
It's
discuss
crazy
why the
shit, but
Jays bowed out
politicians
of the
get
race for
kidnapped by
Kim
rebels.
yesterday.
That's before my time. Although 2 RCMP being forced to dig their own graves before being popped. However they did it at the Vietnam. They shot.
That would have been an option. And so this tells me, and I'm reading between the lines here, this tells me that they
It's real
liked
close
him,
to Nova Scotia.
but
It's a
at
different
that price, they
jurisdiction.
were willing to move on. Once they go
For you, not
that
for
they are
us.
going to acquire another infielder, something they must do.
It's kind of like
Keep
a
our
year in
eyes
the
open for
U.S.
any
You go
Blue
from
Jays
New York
moves
State to
today.
New Jersey.
And in the NHL, the
we get it.
Blackhawks have put out a statement regarding
Nova
Jonathan
Scotia's
Taves and
part
his
of
undisclosed
Massachusetts.
illness. Taves himself writes in part, this
Yes.
offseason I have been experiencing
Massachusetts
symptoms that have
Day.
left me
Okay,
drained
okay.
and lethargic. There is no timetable for his
You're
return.
lethargic.
Sports at 15 and 45.
You might have
every hour.
sickle cell.
Anytime
But
at
you'll have to admit to being black on both
sportsnet.ca/590.
sides to catch that
680
one.
News time in, 1:18.
I got it at TA.
It's the final days to double your savings at TA Appliances and Barbecues. Right now, you can combine our Boxing Week sale pricing with a 25%
There's a little youth in the neighborhood
rebate and
trying to
save
get
double on select LG
little man,
fridges,
right?
Samsung laundry, Bosch dishwashers,
I don't know,
and
you gotta be
more.
like maybe
At
8
TA
to 10.
Appliances and
I don't think
Barbecues,
he's
the
even
Energy
10.
Star
Little
rebate
man,
is almost over. Visit
sees the
TAAppliance.com
I
for a
see you
store near
watching.
you
He
or
sees the
contact
truck
us
is acting
online.
up. He just
Offer
was
ends
walking
December
by with his
31st.
grandma or his auntie or whoever it is.
It's Boxing
I'm
Week
assuming
at
it's
Don
grandma
Valley
that I see it
Toyota.
with.
Right
That's an
now,
assumption.
the first 30 vehicles sold come with complimentary winter tires.
And then sometimes I see him walking wherever he's going on his own.
As low as 0%. Cash incentives
So
of
people aren't worried about him being able to leave the house and go where he's supposed to go and get there. He's not the one
All
talking
health
about.
measures are in place, so make an appointment now to visit the showroom. It's time to Toyota.
He walks like a smoker. Like he knows everything out here is fucked up. But it's not his fault. It's not his grandma's fault.
680 News Time 119. A man is expected
I
to
assume
recover
he
after being
sees
stabbed
me.
last night in Liberty
I'm wearing
Village.
mostly the same
At
clothes.
around
Like
10
I
o'clock
changed
near
the
Liberty
style
Street
slowly.
and Fraser. Paramedics tell 680 News the 28-year-old's injuries are
I got
serious,
one
but they
orange
do not
slice
appear to be
on. Why did you do
life-threatening.
that on purpose?
Investigators say they have
Let's help
identified two
identify
masked
me.
potential suspects. You can find their descriptions
I
at
don't recognize the
680news.com.
bandana, the orange
Members of the
shoelace
U.S.
store.
Senate
That'd be a hell of a
expected to meet
coincidence
today
to be a different
considering an
guy.
override of a presidential
Like the
veto
other
of a
kid
defense
must have been
policy
like
bill.
4.
Now that the House has voted overwhelmingly to
Hey, I know that
override
guy.
President Trump's veto, Senate leaders will consider
this about?
similar action this week.
Look at the
The
bandana. He was
bipartisan
looking
bill,
at me
which
and I didn't
pays
think nothing
for
of it.
billions
I
in
took the
military
bandana off and let it
programs
cigarette. All
and
of a sudden
provides
he
a
was
pay
looking
raise
at me
for
because
the
he recognized me.
troops,
He
was
couldn't figure out how he
rejected by the
recognized me.
commander-in-chief
Well, I'm
because
glad
it
to be part of
doesn't
that.
punish social media companies
Idiots
and
out here
it
think,
would
oh, I
allow
can get away with
name
anything now
changes
because
at
everyone's wearing a
bases
mask.
named after Confederate leaders. House Democrat Adam Smith heads the House Armed
Well,
Services Committee. The president
There's something to say about that. Like,
isn't
it'd be like me living in
his Republican
what's the biggest enemy
counterpart,
we've ever had in
Matt
Congress?
Thornberry.
This vote is about supporting our troops and defending America.
Senate
I think there's some
Majority
black
Leader Mitch McConnell
soldiers that get a
supported the
kick
defense
out of the
bill
fact
when
that their
it
army,
initially
when they see it, it's
passed.
their
Jackie
army
Quinn,
protecting their people in their
Washington.
land. The name on the base is blah, blah, blah.
Traffic and your extended
Some
forecast.
idiot that tries to run things and don't run things.
Hi, it's Pam here.
It'd be like me sleeping in that homeless, that park that's named after the police officer.
Experience. But sadly, since this year we
I
are
was smoking my weed
temporarily
and drinking my
closed,
booze in
we
that pipe.
love
I'm
you to
homeless.
visit
Fuck
us
you. I'm gonna start
online
drinking
on
again.
our updated website
You don't know how
or
cold it is.
contact us for a virtual tour to make your home your castle.
And that's one of the reasons in Canada, we're pretty practical with things. The province sells the alcohol because they know people are going to drink.
For more great Boxing Week savings. And please stay safe.
South Africa, no tobacco sales, no alcohol sales. You notice this time they're cutting off alcohol. They didn't mention tobacco. We're going to cut off tobacco in South Africa. The Drum Corporation from the Netherlands showed up and said, "What the fuck are you, Ramaphosa? Well, you know we own this land."
Ready-to-cook meals like
Uncle
caramelized
Cyril.
onion baked cheese tortellini delivered right to your home.
We're
Because
nuts.
some
We're going to
things
smoke
are
whatever you
better
want.
left in the past. Good food, eating evolved. Visit makegoodfood.ca.
So to me, the Army base means changing Toronto City Center Airport to Billy Bishop is the exact
This report
opposite.
is brought to you by Hakeem
Oh, he's
Optical.
some good
We have
guy.
a new
I still
problem
don't know
on
that
the
to be true.
401 westbound
Well, no, he's
at
already got
Harper
an
Road in
airport
the
named after
collectors.
him
The left
in
lane is
Canada.
now blocked
That's
because
a
of a
serious
collision.
problem
One
to
of the
navigation.
vehicles has gone into the concrete barrier here. Just a tow truck on the scene so far. Thanks to traffic spotters for bringing
Is
this
he
in.
taking
Now westbound on
smartphone
the
pictures? I
401,
would
it
be
is
horrible
starting
if
to
I
get
was
back
tow
up,
truck driver. I'd be
approaching
taking
Harper
pictures of
Road
everything.
in the
These guys
collectors.
are
The
like,
express
they think
lanes
they're
are still
hardcore
moving well
because they
through
don't
this
talk
area.
about this.
And then westbound 401, it's slow into Mississauga from Mavis in the
I've seen
express to
photos that weren't
approaching
supposed to make it in
Mississauga
the
Road.
newspaper. That did.
Northbound on the 427, a reminder that problems at
Back of a
Radford and
truck,
the express
there's a
have
car
cleared,
under it.
and it looks like a much better drive now along
There's a
that
tarp
route.
around
Good
the
drive on the
windows of
Gardner,
the
both
car.
into and out of downtown
Why?
as well.
Because
And the
Buddy's
Don
head
Valley Parkway is
exploded when he
moving
hit
well
the
both north
ICC
and
car.
southbound. Getting around on city streets in Thornhill, John remains closed both
They didn't
ways
have to
between
say he was on a
Henderson and
cell
Bayview,
phone.
and that's for repairs to a broken
He
water
drove
main.
at full speed on the
Hakeem's
highway to the
Boxing
back of
Week
the
sale
truck.
is on
Hard
now
enough,
for a
and
limited time only.
smashed up the
Save
whole front end.
70%. That's
And
right,
died.
70% off
They
on
didn't
all
have to
Hakeem
say.
designer frames and 30% off Hakeem lenses. Look great and see better with Hakeem's Boxing Week sale. And now with the extended forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
Well, right now we are seeing a mix of sun and clouds across the GTA, and we'll continue to see a calm afternoon, and temperatures will likely just warm up by about another degree or two. But the good news is the radar, for the most part, is clear despite some of the cloud cover that we are seeing. Later on tonight, we will end up seeing some more clouds, as well as some flurries possible after about the midnight hour. This is on the leading edge of another system that's going to be giving us some rain as well as some freezing rain tomorrow. And temperatures will be topping out right around 5 degrees. We'll also see the winds gusting up to around 50 kilometers per hour.
Rain on my
and then tomorrow night, we'll see some flurries as well as some light rain possible. Low. What are you complaining about? Freezing mark. And then on New Year's Eve, we're going to see the sun return, and we'll see a high temperature of 2 degrees. And then by New Year's Eve night, we'll see cloudy skies in the low
New Year's Eve night. Thank you, buddy.
Welcome in 2021.
You could say Christmas Eve day, but you can say New Year's Eve night.
We'll see some freezing rain as well as some rain possible at the afternoon time, high +1. Sure. Right now it's -2 at Pearson, and our guaranteed high -1.
Coming up at 1:30, we'll have the latest from the Ontario's COVID-19 vaccination task force. We provided an update earlier today. We'll also bring you the latest numbers. Less than ideal. Details straight ahead.
680 News.
Less than ideal. That's very astute,
I'm Adam, founder of NOUVEAU.com,
and I started our company after I got fed up with the mortgage loan process. Turns out I wasn't alone. Thousands of homeowners wanted help.
They went above and beyond to help me get a line of credit. It was amazing service.
They treated me like a valued client and outperformed anyone I spoke to. Want to lower your mortgage payments and save a little money?
Use your home to get a loan with NOUVEAU. Visit NOUVEAU.com. License 13115.
News
Is always changing.
now more than ever.
Listen 3, 4, 5 times a day.
This is 680 News.
Ask to play us on your smart speaker.
This news segment brought to you by Baby D Drops. A record 39 holiday songs have dominated this week's Billboard Hot.
Et moi, j'essaie toujours de valoriser un équilibre qui pour moi est optimal quand on est capable d'écouter notre côté plus rationnel, mais d'aussi écouter notre intuition. Je pense que pour certaines personnes, c'est très épeurant de faire, d'écouter ce côté-là. Mais vous savez, il y a plein de gens pour qui il va arriver une situation et ils vont dire, tu sais quoi, je le savais, je le sentais, exactement. Oui, et je le sentais. Alors ça, cette idée-là de l'intuition, moi, je trouve ça très fascinant parce que je pense qu'il faut cultiver ça et l'utiliser à bon escient, bien sûr, mais voilà. Alors, je trouve ça important de parler de l'intuition. Et c'est beau, cette espèce d'analogie-là, c'est très intéressant de sentir quelque chose. Frédéric Voiron, on pourrait dire aussi que de la même façon, il y a des gens à propos de qui on va dire je peux pas le sentir sans que ces gens-là sentent mauvais.
Voilà. Et oui, c'est très intéressant de penser ça, mais en réalité, ça exprime le même sentiment. C'est-à-dire qu'on ne veut pas de l'autre. L'odorat devient, au sens propre comme au sens figuré, va s'inscrire dans un ensemble de codes sociaux. On va déterminer ce qui est bon, ce qui est fréquentable et ce qui ne l'est pas.
Mais quand on dit je peux pas le sentir, on dirait que là, on se réfère à une espèce de pas.
Vitamin in just one drop. Your roof sprung a leak. Water came through, shorted out the furnace. The radiator too.
The radiator too. I mean, right now, Prudent Financial has been there for you since 1984.
If you need money in a hurry, PrudentFinancial.net. Get money quick, just one click. PrudentFinancial.net.
If you own your car or your home, get a loan. Borrow up to $75,000 in less than an hour. Self-employed, no proof of income, that's okay.
PrudentFinancial.net.
Well, Scott, Wall Street did hit all-time highs and then faded, with the question around those $2,000 stimulus checks for Americans still not answered. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell blocked an attempt by Democrats to up the checks, even though the U.S. president has asked for them. So the Dow did hit its 21st all-time high this year. Now it's down 81 points. The S&P lower by 8, and the NASDAQ off by 37. But it's still worth noting here that markets are pretty close to all-time highs. Colin Szynski is Chief Market Strategist at SIA Wealth Management.
Which leads us now at the point of what happens mostly with, in terms of stimulus, in terms of lockdowns, how much do things impact the economy? And with the arrival of vaccines, are people prepared to somewhat look over the valley and think, well, it might be difficult for the winter, but things should improve in the spring or the summer. And that seems to be how markets are acting. And this isn't uncommon. It's traditionally the markets are known for looking about 9 months ahead. And so because of that, I mean, a lot can happen between now and then.
Now, Boeing's MAX 737 flying again with passengers in the U.S. for the first time since 2019. American Airlines Flight 718 departed Miami, bound for New York this morning. The flight was observed by 2 media helicopters. The plane was grounded, you'll remember, back in March of 2019 after 2 deadly crashes. Right now, shares in Boeing really not moving much, down 36 cents to $215.76. The MAX 737, by the way, still has not been cleared to fly in Canada. The TSX back in business.
Actually, it was. It actually was. You lying
right now,
whore.
it's down 82,
And it had some sort of engine failure, light malfunction. Of course, it's a land.
$3,
737 Max.
Oil up by 34 cents, $47.95. And the Canadian dollar right now is up by 22 hundredths, 78.06 cents US.
So yeah, it is approved to fly. And then
This is 680 News.
Down that
When it comes to attracting customers to your business, 680 News has been delivering the goods for decades. Just ask Frank Serpa of Serpa Automotive Group.
We've been advertising on 680 News since 1996. Because we sell various brands, starting from entry-level vehicles to supercars, 680 can provide me with every client for every brand. Because 680 News has a lot of great listeners. Also, the other advertisers that are on 680 raise the credibility of our business.
Sounds like advertising.
Oh, really? You're an
has been
idiot.
Working wonders.
For choosing to advertise with other companies that you think are legitimate advertisements, that makes you look legitimate. That doesn't.
Instant
Makes us
performance,
think you're
instant horsepower to your business. Every time it gets slow in the dealership, I ask my people, are we on 680 or what? It's getting slow over here. Let's get 680 on.
Get 680 News working for you. Call 680 News Advertising at 416-935-NEWS.
The News Watch never stops. 680 News is live 24/7. It's 1:30.
Number 1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
It's Tuesday, December the 29th. Good afternoon. I'm Judy Friedman.
I'm Scott Burnett. Here's what's making news right now.
Calling a holiday vaccine slowdown a mistake, the head of Ontario's task force lays out plans to power through with the Moderna vaccine expected by tomorrow.
Ontario and Toronto are seeing record highs with daily COVID-19 case counts as Quebec becomes the latest province to report the new variant. Ontario's finance minister is apologizing for
It's an ambulance coming right here. Is that a solar panel on top? What did I just see on there? Why is it coming here? I don't know, because somebody called it probably. That would be the Muhammad's department. You know, the guy, his name is security.
The westbound 401, we have a problem at Markham Road in the collectors. The left lane is blocked because of a collision, so it slows down very suddenly westbound 401 as you're approaching Markham Road in the collectors only. And then past that, delays into Mississauga from Mavis and the Express to approaching Mississauga Road. That just looks like volume building. Northbound on the 427, it's busy on the ramp to Highway 7, but other than that, it's moving well. A good drive on the northbound Don Valley Parkway. The eastbound 401 is in great shape as well across the GTA. On city streets, John is closed in both directions between Henderson and Bayview, and that's for broken water main repairs. Unwrap more with the Rogers Wrapped in Red event. Get a free Samsung Galaxy Tab A on select 2-year plans. Visit Rogers at Centerpoint Mall or uptownwireless.ca for details. And now with the forecast, here's Jason Fraser.
Every time I log in, you're going to
Just
show
stepping
me
outside this afternoon, I
doing?
would highly suggest that you bring along the sunglasses because we're going to see some sunshine. We will also see some clouds as well, and we're going to see temperatures warming up by about another degree or two later on tonight. We'll dip down on the negative end of the thermometer, and we'll also see a slight chance for some
I set everything in English all the time. But you got some sort of code you want me to enter, you got to send it in English.
680 News Time 1:32.
We heard today from the head of Ontario's COVID-19 vaccination task force on the next steps in the rollout. It comes as the province reports new records and case numbers, and we hear about a new confirmed case of the COVID variant in Canada. More on that in a moment.
First, 680's Joe again joins us with what we can expect in the coming days, weeks, and months on Ontario's vaccination front.
As many as 300,000 vaccine doses could be sent to Ontario by the end of January. That's one of the key aspects, as we heard from the head of the province's distribution task force. McKillier says alongside that, officials are ramping up capacity to administer the shots to those who want them.
We've now expanded to 19 hospitals, running vaccination sites today, primarily across southern Ontario. And as of this morning, we have more than 14,000 people vaccinated.
Addressing the slowdown of vaccines given over the holidays, Hillier calling it a mistake, promising no further breaks will be taken. Looking ahead, officials expect 50,000 doses of the Moderna vaccine to arrive in Ontario tomorrow. Further down the line, the hope is to have roughly 8.5 million Ontarians vaccinated by this spring. They're also promising as an accountability tool, the province will begin publicly reporting the number of vaccinations completed each day. I'm Stuart McGinn.
The latest number. This comes as the province reports 4,492 new cases and 78 additional deaths over a 2-day period. Health officials didn't post the numbers yesterday because of the stat holiday in lieu of Boxing Day being on Saturday. Breaking it down, Ontario sees 2,553 new cases today, a new record, and 1,939 cases.
Every time I go to fucking cut it off. Yeah, but no, don't go nowhere. Okay, I'm gonna unplug it now. No? Okay. What the fuck are you doing, Josie? So get your thumb off the fucking button.
73,677 tests have been completed. Of today's number of tests, 9.7% tested positive. Yesterday,
well, I'm trying to do something and you're being a retard who goes, oh, he's trying to do so, we're going to interfere now. That's what the police want, right? Full screen, split screen, full screen, split screen, full screen, split screen. System UI isn't responding.
Have seen one each. Ontario has reported 3. Reporting live, I'm Michelle Martin. The province's finance minister, Rod Phillips, is apologizing for taking a vacation over the holiday season. In a statement, he says immediately following the end of the legislative session,
system UI isn't responding. We've been at this 3 or 4 minutes. Come on, retard.
Had he been aware of the lockdown December 26th?
I know, you're going to dump on the router, so I'll think, oh, I pressed something is why it happened. And so far, I've not pressed nothing, and you've done this about 30 times in the last. You've done this about 30 times in the last 4 minutes. It's been 4 fucking minutes, bro.
Blocked the COVID-19 relief bill. This bill, which passed in Congress on Monday, would have provided most American citizens with a $2,000 stimulus check. Policy bill, unless there's a
your connection is unstable. We can only see the back of your TV, so YouTube is now confused and thinks the internet disconnected. Get your thumb off the fucking button, dipshit. Because those black screens create what are called hotspots. You don't know what those are because you've been in jail too long. Means whoever's paying you to do what you're doing. What happened when 2 virtual strangers booked an Airbnb together? Airbnb. CNN.com, 6 hours ago. Did they both get COVID and die?
Now that the Sanguine Health Centre has a new mobile health van,
Ontario changes COVID-19. No, they don't. COVID-19 vaccination plans after slowing rollout. They didn't slow the rollout. They brought it out on Christmas Eve, and nobody knew they were going to do this. Oh, it was partially not open. They closed part of it. Nobody knew it was going to be happening that day. Nobody knew. Nobody knew. Yeah, put it on this weird delay. Hit the button every time I start talking. Nobody knew it was going to be happening that day. And we know because we were listening. Oh, billionaire video game tycoon, known for Game of Thrones, unspecified, dead after possible poisoning.
I'm Rianne Campbell.
You'll still shop at Home Depot. About 5,000 ceiling fans sold at Home Depot, recalled in Canada. Yeah, it's an electrical product you can only install if you own the house or you're an electrician. Who bought them? Lots of people that don't own their houses. People that own their houses hire somebody they think is legal because he says he is, and they don't check no license number. Why are you shopping at Home Depot? You know their products are good. They tell you to buy plants that have neonicotinic acids in them through genetic engineering to bring back bees.
Davila says one of the major
Remember that? About 5 years ago they did that.
Because the virus is new, decisions had to be made.
Oh yeah, we're with the bee people. Bring back the bees by buying these plants. Thing these plants all have poisons in them, designed to kill
is what
bees.
stands out.
We have seen and witnessed amazing resilience, real caring on the part of so
Bloomberg.
many individuals.
This is what's funny. You got Forbes telling me what's for sale on Black Friday. Bloomberg. Carnival's massive new cruise ship rates COVID with a roller coaster. Oh, you used camel caps, but you didn't capitalize A for a roller coaster. You did capitalize the C for COVID, but not the V or D. Wow, you're retarded. Full House actor, I thought she was an actress, released from prison after 2 months. Elon Musk says Mars economy will run on cryptocurrency. The Independent. So it's a mainstream news.
Between a brioche bun with pickles and your choice of regular or spicy mayo. It was tested out in London, Ontario before the Canada
nobody really cares. There's no point in me saying anything if every time my eyes go here, it jams up and I look back, and then it starts moving again.
So good. And
CBC.ca, your horoscope, blah blah blah.
Oh my gosh.
A full moon in the compassionate sign of Cancer. I don't think you understand what that means. Will bring helpful insights. Oh well.
I'm Jeff Rahoman.
We'll check gas prices next.
680 News Time 139.
Hey, I'm thinking of getting a new Ford Ranger. What do you think?
I think adventure waits for no one. What you do defines you, not what you don't. It's time to take action to really
So
live.
anyway, let's see.
Whoa, convincing.
Now is a great time
It's already won.
during the Ford year-end event. Get up to
Keep it up, buddy. Keep it up.
2020 Ranger models with features like available
Adjust the volume. Do all these other weird things I'm not doing. Here's the menu. Thank you. I'll just do this with the keyboard.
And the 680 News gas price update. Enbro
This
predicts
volume
the
thing.
price
Let's see
will
if I
not
can.
change at midnight, holding it just under $1.
Yep, you're gonna keep jamming up the screen. Keep jamming it up, pussy.
Together next.
App may not work with split screen. Really? What are you pulling up? What exactly are you pulling up on my split screen? Because a second ago it was the browser. I can't even make this up.
What are you pulling up? Whether you're already in the business, trying to get a start, or in a position to hire.
It has been 7.5 minutes. Wow.
From script to development.
Are we back to the browser? Why is the volume sitting there? You swiping the control over and over? Because I'm not. Okay, so again, I'm gonna reach like I'm about to touch the computer. You flip the fuck out so I can think it's the mouse is drunk, right? Because they don't tell you what that means. They just tell you that's the script they've been running lately, right? Wow.
With 2-year warranty, many below cost. 2001 with a guaranteed lowest boxing week price. Shop online.
Okay.
Phone for curbside pickup.
So what happens to the new incognito tab? Okay, we're gonna do this again. Menu. Freeze it up. Freeze it up, pussy. Menu. Okay. Down. 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 I can see where it says update Chrome. But new incognito tab was highlighted too, or downlighted, I guess. It's dark. 2 levels below that. I'm gonna press this again. You're gonna again try to update Chrome with Google Play because it's not on this system. I know you people think you're gonna fuck things up by triggering little things. It's not on this system. That's why you keep trying to reach in the back door and it don't work. I said about 8 months ago, Google Play wasn't working correctly on this box and I couldn't get it all off of it. You idiots are so smart. So let's try new incognito tab.
Getting around on city streets, downtown Bay, and
Freeze it up again. Freeze it up.
between Lakeshore and Front, and that's for
Well,
long-term
moving till he's talking.
construction. And then we have a
We'll
full
just make the
closure
screen
of
black.
this is in Fort Hill. John shut down between Henderson and Bayview for broken water main repairs. Now at Pizza Pizza, get free
Wow, you
delivery.
really hate it when I make the screen go
Or on
black.
the Pizza Pizza app.
And we know you at several times in the past when I would cover the screen, and you started dumping on the router to the made me mad. You started dumping on the router to the point where YouTube told me, oh, your connection was unstable. So I'm supposed to think that when the screen goes black because I do this, YouTube's getting confused and thinks, oh, it's a black screen, there's no signal. So obviously it bothers you when I fucking hide the camera like that. Well, from my point of view, this is what I'm doing. If I type Ontario.ca, will I find this motherfucker? No. I already know. Yep, I'm looking right at the screen, dipshit. I know my face ain't on